I'm very happy to tell you we have musicians. We have musicians! Mr. Spike Edney!
I started in the summer of 1984, and about, I think it was August. The first tour that I did was the Works tour. The first gig was in Brussels, and I think it was at the end of August, beginning of September. So I started 3 weeks before. The guy that used to work for Rod's personal assistant, when he was a lighting engineer and he worked for another band, he worked for the band that Jamie Moses was in. And that band was called Merlin. That was Jamie Moses' first proper band. And this guy, Chris Taylor, worked for that band. And I knew him because I was friends with Jamie and back then, and in 1981 or 82. And he kept saying to me, Queen are going to need a keyboard player. And one day, do you want to do the job? And I said, yeah, why not? So, and then he got me an audition. Well, I wasn't an audition, he got me an interview. And so I had to meet Jerry Stickles. And Jerry Stickles said, right, well, you can start in August, get ready for a tour. And it was as simple as that. It was completely, the universe provided me with the opportunity. It's hard to say, really. I mean, obviously, the very first show I played was absolutely terrifying. So that was great. And then Live Aid, which we're coming up to the 30th anniversary of that, was absolutely fantastic. But actually, many years later, it was when I did the very first Nelson Mandela concert with them. No, but I mean, that hasn't happened since 1986 at the end of the Magic Tour. And the next tour that we had wasn't until 2004, which was Paul Rodgers, and we had Jamie Moses on the guitar, you know. And on this tour, there is no second guitar player because the thinking was it was good to get back to how it was in the old days when it was just the original lineup of. Freddie. Freddie was he was quite shy around new people and people he didn't know. So when I first met him, he was a little bit distant, but then he was like that with everybody. It wasn't until he got comfortable that he began to relax. If he felt that you could be trusted as a person, then he would relax. And once he was relaxed, then he was very, very funny. And we would have great times. He's very sociable. As Queen got more and more famous between 84 and 86 because of Live Aid, got to the point where he couldn't go out. So we would have parties in his hotel room because he couldn't go out. So we would, after the show, we would all meet up in his room and just sit and talk. So he wouldn't feel left out. Otherwise, he was trapped. Well, there's no hardened, there's no clear line about what I do. My job is there to help things move along if we're stuck for an idea. Then if something's not working very well, then maybe I'll make a suggestion about how things might change. And it's just to provoke some reaction and to get people to think and make a decision. Sometimes it gets difficult to make a decision. And sometimes we find ourselves running out of time and decisions have to be made quickly. So I'm the timekeeper. I have to keep an eye on the clock and make sure that we get everything done before the end of the day. I love working with Adam. Adam is very professional and he's very talented. and he is very creative and resourceful. So if we are having a problem trying to get something to work properly, Adam can be very good with suggestions. That's what's good about him, because he's younger than us, because we can get caught up in the old way of thinking. Now, well, I only use one machine, and that's the Korg Kronos. And I've been using Korg for over 10 years, since the Paul Rogers days. Korg have given me their new machines to try. And so that's what I use. I have two of them. One is spare, backup. And I use the Kronos. I use a little keyboard when I come out on the front to play 39, a MIDI message to the Kronos CX3. And those are my favorite machines to use. It's really fucking weird. And I feel very sorry for them, because all they get to see is the back of me, and then occasionally when somebody comes over. And sometimes I get great, charismatic people that have fun and I can engage with, and other times I get people who are terrified, who are so overwhelmed because they're so close. I also must have the worst sound acoustics in the whole hall, because for them to hear is a completely misbalanced. So I hope they enjoy it. I would never sit there. If I had a choice, I would never sit there. The best place is always in the front, in front of the sound desk. You see everything, you hear everything. If you get too close, you don't hear anything. What is my favorite Queen song? I don't know. I don't know if I have one, actually, because there are some songs that I love to play. Well, we started playing some new songs, not new songs, but songs that weren't played for a long time. And there are some songs that I never played back before Fred used to play them, or they stopped playing them. I mean, I love Lap of the Gods, just because new to me. I played it very briefly in 1984, but playing the verse where it's so open. And I also like playing the songs where it's just me and Adam, because there's room for some expression there. Like the beginning of Save Me, which we did on this most recent tour. It's nice, it's just the voice and the keyboard, and I'm enjoying that. And again, the same thing in Who Wants to Live Forever. Starts off with just voice and keyboard, but it's nice to have that space. That I would like to play on tour. No, I think pretty much we've done everything that I like. I think Liar's a good song, and we did that a long time ago. I wouldn't mind playing that again. That's enjoyable. And what else? I'd like to do Big Spender. I think Adam would do it really well.